weightlifting competition. And while we do not have any Arnold Schwarzeneggers in the competition, we do have one man, Dave Casper, who proved last week that he could approach the 300-pound mark. The record, Brian Oldfield holds the 310 pounds, but Dave Casper last week went 290 pounds, so who knows if he's pushed. The iron has been moved to 230 pounds, and Bruce Jenner, who has done a lot of weightlifting in his lifetime, has joined me. Little man for that much weight, Bruce.
He really is, but he's awfully quick. Last week when we saw Walter Payton, how fast he was. Now watch Greg right here, how quick he just moves the bar right up there.
Ooh, no problem at all for Greg Pruitt at 230 pounds. Now Mark Van Eeghen. Big fullback of the Oakland Raiders. Congratulates Pruitt with a little pat, moves to the bar.
One thing that Mark does really well here is he drops underneath the bar. He gets the bar moving, and then he drops so low underneath the bar, almost his legs have a hard time holding him. Let's see if he can do it this time.
A little second effort, and Mark Van Eeghen has cleared 230 pounds. Now, up comes Steve Garvey. Now, he has started to struggle. He was struggling at 220 pounds. 230, it might be a little much.
Oh, and he did it. Oh, what a struggle for him. Great second effort. That's the most difficult thing to do in lifting, is once you've missed the weight, still be able to get it up. Here in slow motion, we can see it again. The bar should be actually resting on his chest so he can help push it a little harder. He doesn't make it. Now watch this effort. Scrambling underneath the bar, is able to just lock his arms out right there.
Boy, and who says they don't get into it? Ben Davidson at 230 pounds. And Tarzan makes it at 230 pounds.
He had some trouble with that one, but at the last minute he was able to lock it out.
Dave Casper, now up at 230 pounds. And Dave Casper has taken off his jacket. He went 290 last week. No trouble at 230 pounds for perhaps the best tight end in football today. And Dave Casper, Vince Lombardi said that. David Casper obviously agrees. Greg Pruitt now, 240 pounds.
The thing that's interesting here as we watch Greg attempt this 240 pounds is last week in the football show, he elected not to be in the weightlifting. And here he is just lifting 240 pounds. And his strategy's paid off. There's only 5 guys left in the competition, so he's going to get at least 1 point out of this.
Boy, and little or no trouble for Greg Pruitt. He's a bit of a surprise. Now, Mark Van Eeghen. A lot of weight for Mark. He did it.
Almost lost it right at the bottom. He went down so low, it looks like his legs didn't quite hold him, but he muscled it out.
Nancy, his wife, obviously approves. Steve Garvey. Now, he had a big struggle at 230. Tough, tenacious Steve Garvey, 240 pounds.
I'm pretty sure Steve has never even attempted this much weight. We'll see how he does with it.
Oh, no way. Oh, well, if you can get that kind of a smile, who cares about weightlifting?
You can see it's just a little bit too much weight for him. He tries to drive the weight up, just can't drop far enough underneath it and can't hold it out.
Reggie's with Steve right now. Let's join him.
Steve, the last couple of years you've been here, it seems like you had better technique than you had today.
I had less weight, too, Reggie. No, as far as I'm concerned, I was the top baseball weightlifter, and that's fine. These guys right here are big and strong, and it's just a pleasure to be up here and really competing against them, and I'm happy with 230. I don't think too many other guys that swing the lumber can lift any higher. But I gave everything I had, and best wishes to everybody else.
There's our representation for baseball. Thank you.
And coming up, our representation for football, or a certain style of football, Ben Davidson, 240 pounds.
Ben certainly does have a long way to lift that weight. Figure how high it's got to go. If he's 6'8", it's got to go a long ways up there.
And Big Ben handles 240 pounds. So he'll remain in the competition at 250 pounds. And now Dave Casper. Jacket is off. He just does not fool around. Oh, an easy lift at 240 pounds. Maybe you should put the jacket back on. 4 superstars have pushed the weight to 250 pounds. Greg Pruitt, Mark Van Eeghen, Ben Davidson, and David Casper. And the surprise has been Greg Pruitt.
His strategy certainly is paying off here. He's going to get some points out of this event.
250 pounds. And he does it. Greg Pruitt, about 45 pounds more than he weighs.
He's really surprising me. His technique is very good all the way through. Now, Mark Van Eeghen is also a guy who did not lift in the preliminaries in the football show, but now he's decided to come in here, and he's going to get some points out of this. We'll see how he does here at 250 pounds.
He struggled at 240 pounds. No. No. Van Eeghen out of 250.
It is so close, Frank. Watch, he gets the weight all the way up, and his arms are so close to locking out right there, but he just can't lock it out, and he can't support that weight up.
So Mark Van Eeghen goes out at 250 pounds. Here comes Ben Davidson up to the bar now as Mark says, "I'm all right, Mom." Ben Davidson, you'd bet on him if you had a 250-pound quarterback lined up there. He'd throw it out of the pool area. Picture of concentration. 37 years old and in tremendous condition. No, Ben Davidson goes out at 250 pounds, and he's going to have a word with Reggie.
250 pounds is a lot of weight, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about what I weigh. You know, if you can lift your own weight, you're doing well, and I didn't lift my own weight. But see, now I've got a disadvantage. I'm lifting at 8 feet up in the air. Pruitt's only lifting at 6 feet up in the air.
All right, Greg Pruitt has made good at 250 pounds. Dave Casper will give it a go. Keep in mind, he did 290 pounds only a week ago. And with absolute ease, Casper goes to 250 pounds, and we are now down to 2. Greg Pruitt and David Casper are the last 2 remaining in the competition, the weightlifting competition. Both of them having lifted 250 pounds. The bar will go to 255 pounds, and that will bring up Greg Pruitt. Greg Pruitt, whose strategy has really paid off for him here. He's guaranteed at least a second-place finish. That's 7 points. Keep in mind, Dwight Stones is the leader. After 2 events, he's won both of them. Tennis and swimming, he has 20 points. So here is Greg Pruitt's attempt at 255 pounds, and no. Greg Pruitt out, but he has a second-place finish, and he's having a word now with Bruce.
Greg, let me congratulate you. You did a lot better than you did, you really expected to.
Yes, I did. If you ever seen a cat play with a mouse, you know, sooner or later he's going to stop playing and get serious, so I knew sooner or later Dave would catch me.
Well, let me tell you, that's a lot of cat up there. That's for sure. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For Dave Casper, it's a simple job he has ahead. If he lifts 255 pounds, he is the winner of the weightlifting competition. He doesn't fool around at all. Just strong arms it, locks it out, and he's the winner of the weightlifting. He'll get the 10 points, and he'll visit with Reggie.
Now, don't you wish all the events were this easy? Last week you went to 290, so you just cruised at 255 today.
Well, I tell you, it's awful painful. They're a lot more painful than last time. I don't know if I could have done that much.
Really? You're kind of sapped from last week?
Yeah, my shoulder joints are just not what they were before that. Last week just ran them right in the ground, and you know, I'm going to have to try and warm them up after this, and I'll probably have to do something about them because they were awful painful.
It was not unexpected. Dave Casper winning the weightlifting competition. Greg Pruitt was second, tied for third. Mark Van Eeghen, Ben Davidson, Steve Garvey got 1 point for finishing in 5th place. The competition tightening up. 2 of the favorites moving in. Dave Casper and Greg Pruitt moving in on Dwight Stones. And David Casper apparently not quite sure about the